Already, the life of a Jeep TJ owner that has 180K on the Jeep, and I don't think the shocks had ever been replaced. I've been wheeling it good enough so that I've got to replace all the bump stops because they're all busted. Anyway, so part of that process is I discovered that I need some new shocks, part of my tummy tuck. So let me pause this here. Alrighty, so typically what happens is these bust off, and they did with me, all four of them. I soaked them. Never did never did a thing for them. They were rust welded straight shut, locked up in there. Anyway, they broke off. So basically what I did is I kind of watched a couple other YouTube videos, and I seen where one guy had taken his Dremel, and he was able to go up through here and cut that nut off. And that's basically what I did. Well, you can't get it all, but you can get a good portion of it. And I did have to go through several wheels. The wheels I had first were the thin ones. Let's see, these are, and this one here, these are the Easy Lock cutting 1.5 inch metal. These are not the thin ones. There's ones that say thin, and then there's these. Don't get the thin ones because they spin right out. That middle connection right there spins right out. As soon as it hits anything that binds, it binds. And then I took my big hammer and I took my punch. Got this at Lowe's, and just basically put it on there. And when I hit it, about 7 or 8 times, that whole thing just kind of, that whole nut popped out. And then I did the same thing to that side. Alrighty, so then my fix after that, let me pause this while I get my fat butt up off the concrete. Alrighty, so the next dilemma is, now you got 2 holes up there. How are you going to fasten your top of your shock mount? So here's what I did, is I took the old shock and cut the end off so I could have something to make my thing. I took some grade A bolts, and I'm not even sure which what size they were. Got them at Tractor Supply, and tacked them to the washers there. So, all right, so those will drop down through the hose. My next problem is now they're going to spin unless I either tack them up in there or find a way to fasten them together so they don't spin. So I took a scrap piece of exhaust I had and cut it and flattened it out and then bent it until I got kind of a piece I wanted to. I've already done this on the other side. I thought maybe I need to and it don't have to be nothing fancy, because it's just basically to hold these two from spinning. So I'm gonna tack this to here, tack that to there, fish it up through that hole, drop those 2 bolts down through the holes, and then I can remount my rear shock. I haven't got to the front ones yet. Lord, I hope those come out. I've been soaking those for 4 days in whatever that stuff is, the liquid wrench. So anyway, I'm no fabricator by any stretch of the means, and this is ugly as sin, but it's in a place that nobody is ever going to see it, and all I needed to do is be functional. Doesn't have to be pretty. And besides that, oh, look at there. There's a 14 bolt that's going to go under here with a whole new suspension. And as soon as I find my front one, then I'll have that. And then you can see my tummy tuck. Everything is nice and flat under there. So the Jeep is coming along. Alrighty, since I'm filming, I thought I might as well go ahead and show what I did the other side. Now you can't see it, but you can't see it up in there. Maybe you can see, I don't know. Anyway, there's the, if I can get this to focus, you can see there's a piece up there where I tacked both those bolts together and dropped them down, put those nuts with the nylon bushing on them. And bad thing about this whole project, it's supposed to be a 20-minute project. As I got on here doing all this work, I had to put adjustable upper control arms on there because I did the slip yoke eliminator, I did the flat belly, I pulled everything up. It was a whole project in itself, and which meant that I had to change my pinion angle, which I need to look at that. Well, I'm all checked up, that's what it looks like that, but I got to look at that again after I get all this stuff done. But I thought when I was under there, I noticed them shocks were all bubbled up, hadn't ever been chained, rusty. So I thought, well, you know what, I'll just get some cheap chocks, put them, well, not cheap, but you know, some better than factory and at least better than the ones that were on their shocks, and put on there, because it's probably gonna be about another 1.5 years before I can change this so wonderful Dana 35 out and the Dana 30 up there. And I've got some more bolts ordered. I got the one out, so I was walking, that one there is the very front, I got to dig it out, it's busted off. But this one here I got out, that one right there, I got it out because I was at the store seeing if I could find 6 more of those. Anyhow, that is the story of my 04 TJ. This is March. I bought it March of last year, and in 1 year I've made quite a bit of changes to it, but I have not yet even begun. Alrighty, y'all have a good one. I hope this helps some folks out. All right, bye-bye.